Today, I will be talking about how to write a book in 5 steps. It is super simple to go and do this process. It does take a lot of work, but the process itself is actually very simple. Step number 1 is pick a word processor. Where do you want to write your book? Where are you going to save your book? Where are you going to keep everything in one spot? Of course, it is good to download things and keep it in multiple areas, but overall, it's good to pick one spot. Me personally, I pick Google Docs because I can share it to many people and just keep it safe in that one area. And I can access it on multiple documents or multiple areas like my phone or on a different computer as long as I can sign into it. Just make sure to save all your work, download multiple copies. That way, if something does happen to it, somebody deletes it or whatever, you at least have an older version or a more recent version. That's really important. Also, print it off. That way, you at least have it physically. Number 2 is brainstorm. Take lots of notes of what you want your story to be, what you want to do in your story. Just spend lots of time thinking about it. This process could take a really long time, or depending on what type of writer you are, it could be pretty quick. You can write a book without doing much work. I wouldn't suggest that. I would suggest putting as much work in it as possible, but you could just go right into it. Next is start small. That is step number 3, is start small. Don't write a novel. Start with something like a short story or a prologue. If you are just starting by saying, I'm going to go write a novel, you probably won't finish it. Of course, everybody is different. You could just be extremely resilient and for the first time finish your story. But I would suggest starting something small first. It could be a short story within the world, within just a scene of something that's going on. But overall, starting small is really helpful because you can see the end goal a lot easier, and you're able to accomplish it in much quicker time. And it'll help you build up your skills at a much smaller scale. Number 4, write. What you need to do is just sit down and actually do it. Most people, when they talk about writing a novel or think about it, they're thinking of the fantasy of being an author, the romance of it, and how it's going to be so amazing when your story is published and when it's out there and signing books and talking about it and having all these fans. But the actual writing process is really difficult and it takes so much time. It's going to take a lot of effort and just exhaustion from you to get it done. Writing is not some fantasy. It's not some romantic thing. It's hard work. You have to sit down and you have to do it. And to do that, you need to take time each and every day to accomplish that. Otherwise, it's going to take a lot longer and you might not accomplish it. But if you work on it every day, then you're at least getting some progress here and there. And then step number 5 is keep writing. This is the most important part, mainly because when you are not writing your story, days pass and you might feel guilty about it, or just time goes by and you feel like you aren't accomplishing anything. And you will have those days, you will have those moments, those times. But if you just sit down and write every day, if you just keep writing, you will feel more accomplished. Last night, I was laying in bed at 2 a.m. trying to go to sleep, and I said, oh man, I did not work on my story or any of my projects at all today. And what I did is I just went in and wrote a paragraph or 2 on one of them, and then I just wrote a sentence of something that I'm planning for the other one. And for me, that was enough. I felt accomplished and I felt that I had done my job for the day. Now, of course, I don't do that every day, but days where I am struggling or I don't have time or just felt like I couldn't that day, whether it's for mental health or for work or school, family, whatever you have going on, if you are just putting in a little bit of work and making sure that you're thinking about it every day, that is going to help you build the habits of actually doing it every day. And that's why I think just doing a sentence or a couple paragraphs is actually really awesome and really useful to getting your story done, because at least you're working on it every day. And maybe right now in your life you don't have as much time, but in the future you will have more time. So yeah, Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like these tips, definitely like it. I would really appreciate it. Comment which tip was your favorite or which tip you find most helpful. And subscribe to my channel because I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I've been seeing some small, consistent growth the past couple of weeks, and it's really exciting. So thank you so much to all my new followers and all of those who come on here and just find me. I really appreciate it. I would hope to see you guys in the future. Have a great day.